Hello and welcome back to the channel. A very pleasant and blessed new year to all of you, and hope that your new year and the holidays are way behind us now. But I hope you had a great one, to you and your family, of course. And as always, Motions Biz is already a year old on YouTube. And like I said in my short video, I just wanted to really thank you all for following this channel. So anyway, happy 2023, and we will start the new year with another video. And this time, it is very timely that one of our members asked a specific question about certain items on a denial letter and why they would say, and why Navy Federal would say such. So I put together this video to try to explain what Navy Federal means on what they say on their denial letters and what it really means. Because I think it's very significant for us to know what they mean exactly when they mention or state specific things on a denial letter. And it doesn't mean that you have a bad profile with Navy Federal. There are just instances wherein they would deny you for either a credit limit increase or a personal loan or an application for a new credit card. And I just found these few items that I think would serve as a guide. And aside from the items that I would mention here, that is very common with denial letters on what Navy Federal will put or say in a denial letter, we have a question from one of our members who was asking a specific question. And this is about a common item that Navy Federal usually indicates on a denial letter. And we will also answer that and talk about that at the end. So anyway, here we go. So let's check it out, what Navy Federal likes to say in their denial letter and what it means. Number one, it would say, your Navy Federal account is too new. So the explanation is that they like to see at least 3 months of on-time payments on an existing Navy Federal credit card account before approving an increase to its credit line. So that's pretty clear. Next item that you might see on a denial letter would say, there has been a recent change to the credit line on this account. So that means if you have requested a credit line increase on that account and you were granted, then you will not be granted another one until 6 months after. And it says here, they generally grant credit line increases on an existing credit card account no more than once every 6 months. And this also applies to every second credit line increase that you have to wait 6 months for that. Next one is that this is something that Navy Federal is very sensitive about, and this is about late payments, and not just with them, not just with their credit cards, but with other credit cards as well. So it says here, delinquent past or present credit obligation with others. And remember, yes, there is no hard pull on the credit limit increase if you do it on the app, but remember, they do a soft pull and they can still see late payments or any derogatory information on your credit profile. So when you see this on your denial letter, that means your credit report shows that you have paid one or more creditors late. So again, late payments, they don't like it. Now, you will notice that with every loan application with Navy Federal, they always ask for income, your employer, how much you make, because they will also factor that into how much credit limit increase they would give you. And remember, even if it is stated income, they would sometimes request for a verification. And I know of a few folks who experienced this, that, yep, they stated an income, and then out of the blue, Navy Federal asked them for proof of income. So another item that is very common in Navy Federal Credit Union's denial letters is that it would say, income is insufficient for amount of credit requested. So based on information provided in your application, your current credit line is appropriate given your stated income. So just be aware of that also. Another item that Navy Federal might tell you on a denial letter is that it has, or it would say, excessive credit obligations. So it means that your credit report shows high utilization of revolving credit lines. So just be aware of that utilization still matters when it comes to credit limit increases. And that's why we talk about try to keep it below 30. I mean, the lower, the better when you apply for a credit limit increase. So just be aware of that. Another item that Navy Federal might indicate in a denial letter is that excessive credit obligations in relation to income. So this is where debt to income ratio play a role in your chances of being approved for a credit limit increase. So again, debt to income ratio is not mentioned so much, in many discussions, but just be aware that they do consider this when you ask for a credit limit increase. So just be aware of that also, that Navy Federal looks into your debt to income ratio. And like I said, even if it is a soft pull, they are still able to look at your account. So those items I mentioned are the most common ones with Navy Federal when it comes to what they say on your denial letter and what it means. So that should give you an idea. However, it may happen that there are more items that you have experienced or you have encountered that they actually mention in a denial letter. And if you have had some of those, I would appreciate it very much if you can share it below in the comment section, okay? Now, we have one member who shared an item that was mentioned in a denial letter, and we will talk about that also. And this information was shared by Devante 1995. So to Devante, thank you so much for sharing this information. Anyway, after asking for a CLI or a credit limit increase, why would Navy Federal Credit Union say that you have currently reached your maximum limit on a credit card with an 18K credit limit? Now, what I found was that with Navy Federal, at that particular or specific moment that you applied for a credit limit increase, if you do not meet the criteria or for any reason at all, it can be debt to income ratio, it may be late payments, it may be for whatever reason, this is what they will say in a denial letter. But it doesn't mean that you cannot try again in the future. I would say that it's a kind of a generic statement that Navy Federal would use for any other reason other than maybe what was mentioned before. But it does not mean, and I say I've had a personal experience with this with my brother-in-law, okay? Now, they may say that at that particular moment that you have reached your maximum credit limit for a specific credit card, it might be because of your income, it might be because of late payments, or it might be for whatever reason. And again, like I said, you can always try another time. And when your profile improves, remember, they can still get you approved for a credit limit increase. So like I said, there have been many folks who have had this kind of statement on their denial letter, but later on, when their profile got better, they actually were approved for a credit limit increase. So I just wanted to share that with you. So don't get discouraged when you get this item. So again, thank you for following Motions Biz, okay? And if you have anything to share regarding information on a denial letter, please don't hesitate to put it down in the comment section so we all learn from each other. And remember, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you think there is some value in it. Again, thank you all, and until next time.